Welcome to Smalltalk Daily for Tuesday, March 16th, 2010. This morning I wanted to go through a bit of working with Excel because during our recent World Roadshow, we had a question come up from an audience member about working between VisualWorks and Excel, dropping data to it and reading data from it. And I figured, well, it'd be a nice demo to do, so here we are. Let's go ahead and take a look at this worksheet, but before we do that, let's go ahead and load the necessary support. What you need to do is go to the Parcel Manager. Once that's up, you can go down to OS Windows, select COM All, right-click, and load. It'll take a bit to load in because there's a lot of library here. Okay, once that's in, you can close the Parcel Manager, and now we can take a look at this workspace I've set up. What you want to do is take a COM dispatch driver and create an object, and the object is the named excel.application. And this is true for almost anything in the Windows world that has a COM interface. Just name.application will get you the dispatch driver. So let's go ahead and do that. And now we'll have access to that. And the interesting thing is, once that's done, you can inspect this and you can actually start taking a look at the API that it has, because the tools are smart enough to have figured that out. So you got all of this stuff. You can see what the API to this guy is. So let's close that. And I've worked through that and the browsing automation interfaces to get this. What we're going to do now is set this to visible. And this is just a general COM API. And COM And what we did is we opened Excel up, made it visible, but there are no worksheets in here. So what we need to do is go ahead and add a workbook. So we're going to do this, and you'll see a workbook pop up behind me. And there it is. And now we're going to get the active worksheet so that we can actually do things with it, like read data from it or write data to it. Now the reason those little dialogues are coming up is that the messages I'm sending are obviously not Smalltalk messages. They are messages going to Excel. So of course the Smalltalk compiler is telling me, hey, I've never heard of this message, but I'm preceding them. Now let's go ahead and write some data. I'm going to get the range A1, and I'm going to set the value to name, and I'm going to get the range A2 and set the value to Fred Flintstone. So we'll do that, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at the worksheet, and sure enough, there it is. It's right in there. Now let's go ahead and get that range and set it to bold, because this shows you that you can do a little bit of formatting to this, because Excel exposes a lot of this stuff to you as a developer, so you can go ahead and do a lot of that. So you could grab data, say, from a data source, a database, a file, what have you, drop it into Excel, do some minimal formatting to it, and then hand it off to a third party. Now, one thing to write the data, what about reading it? What if you had an existing worksheet and you wanted to read it from Excel into Smalltalk memory and then maybe drop it to a database or something? Well, you can get a range, so let's grab A1 and just get the value. So let's do that and inspect it. And sure enough, it gives you back a string. You've got name right there. And let's go ahead and copy some cells. So we're going to get the range A1 to A2. We're going to select it. We're going to set the cut copy mode to false, which in Excel terms means that once we've highlighted a range, we want to set it to copy mode instead of cut mode. We don't want to pull it out. Then we're going to copy it. And since it's going to the external buffer, we need to go ahead and grab that screen default get external selection to bring it into Smalltalk. And then I'm going to drop it to the transcript so you can see it. So let's go ahead and highlight all this and do it. Now what I'll do, once I proceed past the warnings, is go up here and look. There's name, and there's Fred Flintstone. So in this little demonstration, what I've demonstrated is opening up Excel, getting the active worksheet, writing some data to it, reading data back from it. And from here you can see that with a little bit of programming, you can add convenience methods to do things like change a raw index from a list into Excel ranges, write a whole mess of data, and then do whatever it is you need to do with it. So that's about it for today. Until next time, have fun with Smalltalk.